We just dropped off all of our stuff at the Javits Center. Okay, we're in my booth. I don't know if I mentioned this, so I'm just putting the hooks on. I think I'm gonna do 20. This whole thing started to tip over. We will see if this stays overnight. If not, it's no big deal. Good morning. It is Sunday morning right now. It's 7 o'clock and it's day one of the trade show. And I will follow up with them after the show. So that was scary and unexpected and just crazy because we picked up Levain cookies and these are insane. The breakdown and loadout process was easier than a market. I feel like you saw me learn a lot and shift my expectations as the show went on as well. Hello and welcome back to my channel and welcome to the trade show vlog. I am so excited for this video. This has been a long time coming. I decided in January of this year that I wanted to do my first trade show, and it's currently the last day of July. We leave tomorrow morning for New York City to attend New York Now. And if you're new here, welcome. My name is Jessica. I'm a 26-year-old small business owner and my business is our Cheery Corner. I sell a whole bunch of different things from hand punch needle goods to DIY punch needle kits where you can make your own coaster, but I also sell hand-drawn dog and cat breed keychains, magnets, and stickers, and I will be exhibiting my keychains and magnets at New York Now. If you are unfamiliar with what a trade show is, essentially it's a wholesale market where there are a bunch of sellers who set up booths like myself, and buyers walk the floors and can place wholesale orders. And buyers that are there represent a whole array of different businesses, from small businesses like myself and boutique style businesses to hotels, museums, big box stores like Macy's, TJ Maxx. I think my main buyer will be those who are representing smaller stores and boutiques, but you never know, we will see. And yeah, I'm very excited. We have not yet packed up the van, but I wanted to start the video here because otherwise I probably would be starting it in the car, and that's just really noisy and kind of annoying. So yes, we leave tomorrow probably around 7 or 8 o'clock. It's about a 4.5-hour drive to the Javits Center in New York, and we're going to unload the van. I think we have 45 minutes that we can unload, and then we're gonna drive the van to our hotel, walk back to the Javits Center, set everything up, and then we're gonna go out to dinner with a friend tomorrow night. And then the next morning, Sunday morning, is the first day of the show. It starts at 9 o'clock, but we can get there at 7. So we'll probably get there maybe around 8. But yeah, I'm so excited to take you along. I don't want this intro to be too long. I just wanted to give kind of an overview of what a trade show is and what this vlog is going to be. Like I said, this is the first time doing a trade show, so this could be the start of potentially many more. This is a much bigger investment than just a market. It's obviously very different from a market too, but it costs $5,000 alone for the booth, so definitely an investment. And yeah, I'm feeling excited, I'm feeling nervous. I talked more about how I'm feeling at the end of last week's vlog, which you should definitely watch if you have not watched it. It is preparing for the trade show. I will probably just see you tomorrow, either on the way or when we get there and we're setting up. The show is August 2nd through August 4th, but we're in New York August 1st through August 5th. So I'm sure I'll also include some footage of what we get up to just in the city in general. But I'm happy you're here. I hope you stick around for the whole video, and I will see you tomorrow. Good morning and welcome to setup day for New York Now. It is Saturday, August 1st, 7:30, and we are just about to leave. We wanted to leave at 7, but I also said 7 so that we would have a little bit of a buffer. It's about a 4 to 4.5 hour drive, and setup goes until 5, so we should definitely be okay with time. And we're gonna set up before we go to the hotel, so yeah, timing shouldn't be an issue. I am feeling very tired. My alarm didn't go off this morning for some reason, so Sean ended up waking me up a little later than my alarm was set to. It's too early for us to really want to eat, so I think we're just gonna get breakfast on the road. I made myself a coffee though, because Dunkin' coffee, Starbucks coffee does not compare to a home coffee. So we have that, and I will probably just see you once we're in New York. Okay, we're in New York City. That ended up being more like a 5-hour drive because of traffic. I'm kind of a sweaty mess, but it's 2 o'clock and we just dropped off all of our stuff at the Javits Center, and the process of unloading was so smooth. Someone was able to help us with a 4-wheel dolly, we thought that we would have to do all the unloading and we could only use a 2-wheel cart or like hand truck, which is the case. If we're operating the equipment, it could only be a 2-wheel truck, or 2-wheel piece of equipment, but they had a 4-wheel one, which was nice. And he did like most of the stuff in one go, and then we just carried the rest. We're on the 2nd floor and there was an elevator, so that was also nice. But we just dropped everything off. Now we're driving to the hotel and we're gonna walk back and actually set things up. We thought that we were gonna have to take everything out of the bins and boxes and then put the bins and boxes emptied back into the car so that we didn't just leave them at the show because there would be nowhere to put them. But we didn't realize that they will take the empty containers for us and store them and then bring them back on the last day of the show, like 2.5 hours after the show's over. So that's actually so nice. So everything's still there in the bins and boxes. Driving in New York, something crazy. And yeah, I will see you when we get back to start the setup. I'm probably not gonna do any type of intro as we set up because I do have to film for a couple of brands as well. So I'm gonna be talking while I do that to my phone. But yes, I will see you when we get there. We'll do the setup and then I will show you the final display once it's all set up. Okay, we're in my booth. I don't know if I mentioned this in this video, but this is a 10-foot by 5-foot booth. So the back wall is 10 feet and then it comes out 5 feet. I just set up a few things. We have my counter and then the grid wall display set up. And then I have the flooring down as well. So I just need to get this into place. I think I'll have it like here, maybe. And we're gonna put the peg walls or pegboards up along with the magnetic sheet for the magnets, or the metal sheet. I'll put this little stool back here. The other stool with the back that we ordered never came. So, This is gonna be up here. Oh, you're right. This is not staying back here. Yeah, the other stool never came. So, we had to use an old one, but it should be fine. This is here. It's a lot better. You probably can't, see the bottom now, but I'll give you an overview of the booth when I'm done. Okay, and then this stool. I think we're gonna do the banner up top next. The hammer and nails are over here. Do we have till 5 or till 6? We don't know. We don't even know how long we have to set up. This is as far as I can go.
I have to fold the trim back a little bit.
Whatever you need to do. I'm not really sure what happened, but this banner is a little longer than 10 feet than the wall. So we ended up wrapping it around a tiny bit. So we made it work, but that's interesting. I don't know. I must have put the wrong measurement, or this is like a little less than exactly 10 feet. We're gonna start hanging up the pegboards and the magnetic board as well. Sean's asking what time we have until to set up because I think we kind of heard 2 different times, 5 o'clock and 6 o'clock. Okay, she said we kind of have until whenever to set up. Well, that makes me feel really good. I don't think we'll need till whenever though. I'm so sweaty. We're here, we are here, we are here. Okay, I'm so excited for this. This is from Vistaprint. It is a retractable banner. It's like my favorite piece that I've ever ordered from them and ever ordered for my business. I feel like this will really draw people into the booth. And I designed it on Canva and then got it printed with Vistaprint. And the quality is amazing. Like so good, so vibrant, just what I wanted. And so easy to set up as well. Literally less than a minute. And that's it. It's set up. How amazing. Okay, let me move it back. You probably can't even see the whole thing. It's so huge. Now you can see it. Yeah, pretty cool. Okay, sorry about the lighting. It was really dark. I think I kind of fixed it, but Sean is gonna put the peg hooks up while I do this countertop display. So this slat wall is gonna display my top selling keychains. Oh, just keychains. And I almost said magnets, but yeah, just keychains. So I'm just putting the hooks on. I think I'm gonna do 20 total. And this is like an example store display for people as well. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times 4 is 24. I don't know the best way to do it. Yeah, I'll do top 10 cats, top 10 dogs. This can go maybe here, and then I can get the printed materials out. I have so many tote bags to give out, and I'm wondering if I want to hang them with the command strip. I did bring command strips in case on the side, so they're just kind of like on display. Some wholesale cards. I'm going to keep extra printed material behind the booth. And then I need pamphlets. Or catalogs. I don't know how many catalogs to put out to start. I think I will do a command strip. We'll have these up. These are for my top selling magnets. Top selling cat magnets. Top selling dog magnets, as long as this can still spin. I was telling Sean after walking through here, it's like super inspiring, but I also very much feel like a small fish in a big pond, but that's kind of a nice feeling. Like, having so much room to grow and learn. I mean, there's some big brands here. I walked by a Print Fresh booth. Steel Point Siamese and Bombay are the last two. Black Lab, Bernie's Mountain Dog, Copper Golden, Chocolate Lab. Okay, I'm gonna start putting up inventory of the keychains, and then I'll do magnets after.
Feeling so lucky, can you be my lover? Summertime, you tell me what you say to me.
Okay, it's almost 6:30 and we just finished with the setup, and I want to give you a little tour of everything and also explain an almost tragic accident. So I had 3 of every keychain hanging here, and this whole thing started to tip over as we were adding magnets. So I guess we should have done the display with all the inventory back at home, but the solution we found was to take 2 of the 3 of each keychain design off to lighten the load. So I have 1 hanging of each one, which I think still looks fine. And then we also put each side up on the floor and then push the middle piece back, because that's actually how it's supposed to be, to create stability, and this seems to be doing just fine. So yeah, we have the counter in the front here. Obviously I showed you this in the last vlog, but if you didn't watch that one, this is the setup. We have freebie stickers that say, "In every quiet moment, my pet reminds me that love does not always need words," and these were printed with Vistaprint, as were my business cards, my thank you notes, and my catalogs. And I'm so happy with the quality and the shipping time. It's always so smooth working with Vistaprint, but this is what the catalog looks like inside. I have some best-selling breeds, my QR code to shop Wholesale, more information on the back, how to connect, and some breeds on the front as well. They're not necessarily top-selling, but just to show that there's variety. And then, of course, I have my logo on there as well. I have an example store display with my top-selling dog and cat keychains. Really like that. Then I have top-selling dog and cat magnets, top 10. So that's what the counter is looking like. And then I have 2 tote bags hanging. We will see if this stays overnight. If not, it's no big deal. I only put 2 because there's no need to put more really, and I can give people free ones from back here. I have a ton of stuff stored back here. We have the standing mat and one of the stools back here. Obviously the inventory for display, the magnets, and all the keychains. And then my sign from Vistaprint, and I'm really happy with the sign up top as well. We are about to head back to the hotel to get ready and to go to dinner with a friend, and then I will see you tomorrow for day 1 of the trade show.
Good
morning. It is Sunday morning right now. It's 7 o'clock and it's day one of the trade show. I'm just getting ready. I'm crimping my hair and then I'm going to put a little makeup on. I also steamed Sean and my shirts because they were a little wrinkly. And yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm really not that nervous. I feel like being at the event center yesterday and like actually seeing everything kind of helped calm my nerves. And I don't know, I feel like at the end of the day, it's not that deep, and like, yes, it's something I'm doing for the first time, but I don't know, I feel okay right now. The plan for this morning is after I get ready, which hopefully won't only be another like, I don't know, 10 to 15 minutes, we're gonna go walk to Apollo Bagels by Madison Square Garden and get a bagel for breakfast. That's our favorite bagel place here. And then we're gonna get coffee too. There's coffee right on this street and it has good reviews. I don't know the name of the coffee place, but breakfast and coffee, or bagels and coffee. And then, which I guess is breakfast, but I feel like I usually have a little more filling of a breakfast, like eggs and stuff, but I don't know. I don't really care. I feel like that'll be fine, that bagel. And then we're going to eat, obviously, and come back to the hotel to grab our bags and like my camera stuff, my tripods, like all that. And then we're gonna head over to the Javits Center and hopefully get there for around 8. The show starts at 9. And I'm gonna take some content while I'm there. I'm going to just like make sure we're ready to go, whatever that means. I don't know really how to prepare other than what we've already done, but yeah, fingers so crossed that our display is still standing since it tried to topple over yesterday before we removed all those keychains. Yeah, that is the plan for this morning. I don't know how much content I'm gonna be able to get there just because, I don't know, I'm less keen on filming people in the same sense that I film people at markets, because at markets it's like an ultra public space, whereas this is more of an exclusive event. It's more professional of an event, and I don't know that people want to be filmed and put on YouTube. So I'm probably gonna be a little more cautious of what I'm filming. Maybe I can get Sean to get some clips of me. We're also not allowed to film outside of our booth technically, so that's why you're only gonna see my booth and kind of what I have going on at the show. But yeah, feeling good, and I will see you probably when we have our coffee and bagels. Also, I should mention, these shirts are from Vistaprint. Very happy with them. This white shirt is a little see-through though, so I'm wearing a tank top underneath. But I like having little matching shirts. I feel like it's fun. It's like a little uniform. It's so messy. Okay, we're at the show, we're in the booth, we have bagels and coffee in our stomach, both were so good. And we're just kind of finalizing things, connecting to the Wi-Fi. I was taking some content, and the show is about to start in 15 minutes, so I will just see you when I see you. Wish me luck, because I'm starting to get a little nervous. Not too bad, but a little bit. I'll recap more at the hotel, but I wanted to give a little check-in. We're about 2 hours into the show, and I think we have like 3 or 4 leads and badges that we've scanned, no orders yet. I don't know if we're really gonna get many orders at the show or if it'll be like later once people get home and they get to look at everything. But yeah, so far I would say so good. It's definitely slow, but I feel like maybe that's to be expected for the first couple hours of the first day. Day one of New York Now is done. It's currently 6:30. I've changed. We're obviously back in our hotel room, and I want to give you a little recap. So today was 9 to 6 p.m. So what is that? 9 hours. And tomorrow is also 9 to 6, and then it's 9 to 5. Yeah, let's talk about it. I did write some things down because I wanted to be thorough in my recap. So my first note is that the first 2 hours were slow. In the first 2 hours, I got 3 leads / people who showed interest. I scanned their badges, and I will follow up with them after the show. I would say the whole 9 hours was relatively slow. Now, I don't have anything to compare it to. I'm just comparing it to what I kind of expected. And I also didn't have many expectations because this is my first trade show. But in terms of what I thought the foot traffic would be, it was slower than that. I talked to vendors who were also new, but they said they had talked to vendors who this is not their first show and that Sunday is usually slow, Monday and Tuesday are busier. We'll see. You never know. I feel like you hear that with traditional markets as well, and you just never know. Sometimes that's true, sometimes it's not. So it makes me a little nervous knowing that this was the first day, and I don't know, I feel like the first day would be busier, honestly, because it's like the hype is high and it's like the first day of the show. I don't know. So maybe tomorrow and Tuesday will be better because they are weekdays, and if people are employees of companies and they're buying on behalf of companies, they'll be working like the traditional week. So maybe Monday and Tuesday will be busier. Some people say that on Sunday, buyers will come and kind of scope out the area, see what their options are, and then evaluate at home or at their hotel room, and then come back Monday and Tuesday and actually place orders. I did not get any wholesale orders. I did get leads though. Let me tell you how many badges I scanned. I really only scanned the badges of people who showed interest in purchasing and carrying the products. So I scanned 20 badges, which I don't think is bad at all. I will say though, 2 of those badges that I scanned were not buyers, they were like press people. So one of them was a publisher for a magazine, a stationery magazine. I think it was called Stationery Trends. And then another badge that I scanned was for a representative of the Atlanta market, which I think I want to try to do in the future. It's a really big market, obviously in Atlanta, Georgia. It's like a multi-level market, tons of items there. So I might look into doing that in the future. I would have to fly there. I mean, we could drive there, but we would likely fly, and that's just like a whole nother ball game. So we will see. Yeah, that's kind of the recap in terms of wholesale orders. Again, we didn't get any actual orders today. Maybe we'll get some after the show. I mean, people did show interest. But with that being said, I found a lot of value in other things outside of just orders alone. For example, speaking with someone from the Atlanta market, I did have someone come up who was like, oh my gosh, you're already in my fair cart. Like she already added items to her cart on fair from my shop, and she didn't realize I was going to be there. So that was kind of funny. I was like, I would give you my information, but sounds like you already have it. I had a lot of people asking me if I was selling my items at the end of the show, which I didn't know that was a thing, but apparently vendors will just like sell to other vendors or exhibitors at the end of the show. So I started saying yes, because why not? But I thought that was kind of funny. I said to Sean, I was like, this is just turning into a traditional market. I had so many people just wanting to look for their dog or cat, which honestly, fine with me. I don't mind at all, but I thought that was kind of funny. I also spoke to someone who had a pet brand and they sell on like Cheery. I think they were a distributor and maybe had their own brand from what I was understanding. And they asked me if I was going to be at Super Zoo in Las Vegas, which is like a pet themed trade show. I had never heard of it. So it was cool to hear about that. And I looked into it a little bit. So maybe that's another market we'll do. I think it would be really good for my business to do pet specific markets. I mean, I think trade shows like this are good too because it's a very giftable item, but obviously if I'm at a market where people are coming for the intention to look at pet goods and pet themed items, I would assume I would do pretty good there. So I'll look into that. That's another one though where I would have to like fly, so more logistics. So I'm glad that our first trade show we just drove to. Also, about halfway through the market, one of the walls, like the white walls, if you've been seeing in the video, basically the wall that's behind my grid wall, came crashing down, and it actually sent me straight into fight or flight. And it made me emotional too, because it just like really heightened my adrenaline and anxiety. It was like 2 booths away from mine. Luckily no one's like full display was set up there, but I think it did hit someone. I thought someone was under it. When it first happened, there was like screaming and the loud bang, and a whole group of people rushed over, probably with the same thought that someone was under it and they needed to lift the wall back up. So that was scary and unexpected and just crazy because there was no wind or anything inside. Like, why are walls falling down? So yeah, that's not great. Hopefully that does not happen again. But yeah, overall, the way I'm feeling about the first day is silly that I was nervous. I wasn't terribly nervous, but you know, it was the first time doing something. And so I had nerves, but there was really nothing to be nervous about. No one asked questions I couldn't answer. That was like the main thing I was scared about. Yeah, people were just very friendly. I feel like most people I spoke to were like myself. They just owned small businesses, boutiques, gift shops. And yeah, they were just looking to expand their collection. I kind of had my spiel. I feel like something that made me confident was having questions that I would ask people right away. What kind of a business are you buying for? That was like my main question. And that helped me obviously understand if I felt like the keychains and magnets would be a good fit, but it also was just a good icebreaker question instead of me immediately giving them a spiel. So yeah, I would kind of ask those questions and then give my short spiel, my name, the fact that I hand draw the keychains and magnets digitally. I have over 200 to choose from. And then if they asked about MOQs or MOVs, minimum order quantities or minimum order value, I would give that information. If they seemed interested, like pretty interested, I would just give them that information as part of my spiel and then offer them a wholesale catalog, let them know they could see my whole catalog online by scanning the QR code. And then I had a 15% discount going through August. And yeah, everything went smoothly. I feel like all the conversations were very genuine and organic, and it was nice to meet people and actually connect in person. So I'm feeling pretty good. I do wish it was a little busier, but I'm happy that I have leads at all, and we will see how the next 2 days go. I'll recap just like this at the end of the last 2 days. But yeah, tonight it is 6:40. We're gonna go meet another friend for dinner at a tapas place that we actually went to 2 years ago with a different friend, and it was really good. So that's at 7:45. I think we're meeting him. Then I'm sure Sean and I will try to find a dessert place or something. And then after that, I will just see you tomorrow for day 2 of the trade show. Good morning. Today is Monday. Sorry, the lighting is so dark. We don't have many lights in our hotel room, and it is very rainy and gloomy today, but it's 8 a.m. and we're having breakfast. We just went and picked up some bagel sandwiches, and it looks so good. I just got 2 eggs, bacon, and cheese on an everything bagel, and I'm about to devour that, and then I'm gonna get ready, do my hair and makeup. I'm gonna grab a coffee. I think I'm gonna have a matcha this morning, and then head over to the Javits Center. I'm feeling good about today. It seems like the consensus is overall, we've seen like people posting about this on social media, is that with trade shows, it usually is slower and you kind of see the return later on when people decide to place orders. So yeah, I wasn't sure if I was going to be writing a lot of orders at the show or if it would be later. It seems like depending on the product, people will write orders at the show. I saw a lot of like clothing and jewelry. Well, mostly like clothing and accessory businesses writing some orders yesterday. Also, some exhibitors have like New York Now deals and specials if you do place an order at the show. I don't have any of that going on. I do have a code. I don't know if I mentioned this, but 15% off through the end of this month on Fair, but obviously people still have like 30 days to be able to use that code. But yeah, feeling good, and I will let you know how day 2 goes. Okay, I'm at the trade show. We haven't spoken since the hotel room, but it's 1:40 right now, so we are 4 hours and 40 minutes into the show, and the foot traffic is heavier, more than yesterday, but we have less people stopping at my booth, which is interesting. I have made some cool connections though, which I will talk to you about tonight, and I'll do another recap tonight, but I wanted to check in because I haven't taken any footage at the show yet. Like I said, we're not really permitted to film outside of our booth, so that's why I haven't been showing you the showroom floor, but here's my booth. Still standing, everything's looking good. And yeah, that is a little check-in, and I will see you either later in the show or tonight at the hotel room. We have about 4 hours left of the show. So there's actually another trade show going on right now. It's called Shop Object, and we're seeing a lot of people filter from over there to over here, and we know that because they have tote bags that say Shop Object. And I've had a couple of people tell me that Shop Object is busier. I actually met someone who watches my YouTube, Manali, and she was telling me that Shop Object was pretty busy and that I should probably look into doing that one. So maybe in February or whenever they have their second show next year, I could do that. We'll see. But I definitely wanted to try New York Now, and I'm glad I did. The foot traffic today was busier, and now it's slow. It's currently 4 o'clock, and I have yet to write a wholesale order between yesterday and today, which does shock me. I thought I would have written a few by now. I think there's a good chance that a lot of people will place orders later. I mean, I had a lot of leads that seem to show a good amount of interest, so I will definitely keep you posted in future vlogs if I get an order where I recognize the name. I'll check to see if I connected with them at the show just to kind of give an idea of who ended up placing wholesale orders. But yeah, it's definitely slower than I anticipated. I just talked to someone from Uncommon Goods, which was so cool. I love Uncommon Goods. I do a lot of Christmas shopping on there, and I've actually tried to get my keychains on their site or on their platform in the past. But yeah, we chatted a little bit. She took a photo of the keychains and I gave her my wholesale pamphlet. So that's exciting. That was cool. And then earlier today we spoke with someone from Good Morning America Press. So that was also cool. Just meeting people and connecting is a huge part of this. So it's been really cool to meet people from different businesses, different industries. Obviously it's unique to be able to speak with someone who works at Good Morning America. So yeah, very neat. I'm enjoying the day. I do wish it was a little busier though. We have 2 hours left, and that's kind of everything that's gone on today. I think we've gotten maybe 5 leads, 5 badges that I've scanned, and then yesterday was like 18, so that kind of puts into perspective the difference of how many people have been stopping at the booth and showing interest. But that is that. I will see you probably tonight at the hotel to give any other updates. Otherwise, I will see you at dinner. Okay, I am back in the hotel room. It's almost 6:30 and I gave pretty much a whole rundown on the day, but I figured I would give a little bit more of a recap here. Yeah, yesterday felt solid in the sense that even though we didn't write a wholesale order at the trade show and we didn't get an order at the trade show, we had a lot of interest and we got a lot of leads, and I would say good leads at that. I feel like their interest was pretty strong. Today we did get some leads, I would say under 10 total. We also talked to some really cool people and made a lot of connections as well. Like I mentioned, we talked to someone from Uncommon Goods, from Good Morning America, so that was like really, really cool to me. We also had spoken to someone from Fanatics. It was just interesting to see the different companies that were there. Primarily, we were speaking with people who owned boutiques and just smaller businesses where there was just one storefront or maybe like a couple. But yeah, so I kind of already talked about that. I also want to say too, we had less people coming to the booth, so that was a little more discouraging because without leads, you're definitely not going to get orders, right? So leads are good. Orders can come later, but when you're not even having anyone come to the booth, nothing's going to come from that. Like that just is what it is. So it would have been nice to have more people stopping and have more leads. But towards the end of the show today, someone came into the booth who was kind of drawn in because she noticed that one of the keychains she actually was given as a gift from someone. So that was actually kind of wild. She was from Utah, so either someone bought it online off my website and gave it to her, or they bought it from one of my stockists and gave it to her. So I thought that was like super crazy, to be honest. So she actually wasn't buying for a boutique, so she wasn't interested in purchasing the products, but she was like, that's just so funny that there's my keychain that I own, and it came from your shop. So yeah, I wanted to give a little more of a recap, a synopsis. I said the word discouraged. I'm not actually discouraged. I feel like this is my first time doing this. Like, I have nothing to base it off of. I also don't feel like it's fair to give the show a rating or have a strong opinion on it, since I feel like a lot of the benefit comes after the show. And I'm kind of learning that as I'm doing this show, from hearing other people talk and seeing what is going on with other people as well. I overheard the exhibitor across from me talking to another exhibitor who had asked how the show was for them so far. And he's like, basically said that no wholesale orders, but they had a lot of good leads. So very similar boat to me. And yeah, it's definitely a fun experience, definitely learning a lot. I'm glad I did this. Even if New York Now and this show is not as good as potentially future trade shows I do, I would have wanted to do the show to see how it is. It's similar to markets where you want to try them out to see how you do there. You can have people tell you all day how they do at a market or at a trade show, but you really don't know fully until you bring your business and your products there. Granted, doing a trade show and experimenting with trade shows is a bigger investment. I think I want to do big ones if I'm gonna do more, like the Atlanta market. I think I talked about this a little bit. Super Zoo, maybe Shop Objects, but yeah, the days definitely drag along when it's slower. So we will see how tomorrow is. I'm anticipating it to be similar to either day 1 or 2. I feel confident in talking about my products too, so I'm happy that I'm just getting this experience and learning how to like attend a trade show, honestly. I will definitely keep you updated in future vlogs as well. When I get more wholesale orders, I'm gonna cross-check with the connections I've made at New York Now, because there's like an app where I can see like all the badges I've scanned, and I'm gonna see if any of those orders are from buyers who came to the show, because I'm curious, and I'm sure you're curious to see how it pays off after the show and how long after the show. We are gonna go out to dinner, nothing crazy. We're literally just getting pizza. We found a really good pizza place, so well, we don't know if it's really good, but it has good reviews and it looks really good. So we're gonna go try it. I think we're gonna take it to a park, eat it, and then go to Levain Cookies or Levain Bakery to get cookies and bring them back to the hotel and just chill out, watch Below Deck, eat our cookies. Sounds like the perfect night, to be honest. So.
Put all your stuff away and check out for the day. There's no time to waste when it's 100 degrees. Burns under.
This one's fig jam and bacon, prosciutto and burrata, mushroom, ricotta, and truffle oil, pesto, sausage, and they look amazing.
It's about. Barely need a shirt, though the sun has almost set. Make the most of it. I know we will dance.
We are back at the hotel room and we picked up Levain cookies, and these are insane. They are so thick. This is the Rocky Road, and then we got the 2 chocolate chip cookie. This is literally the perfect night. And I will see you tomorrow for day 3. Good morning. It is 7:24. We got up around 7:10. It's August 4th. It's the 3rd and final day of New York Now, and as you can see and hear, I am so tired. I feel like I could sleep all day. I just did my hair. Very simple. Just pulled it out of my face. And I need to put a little bit of makeup on. Oh my gosh, the bag's under my eyes. But we're gonna go walk to get the same bagel sandwiches that we got yesterday. And then we're gonna get coffee. I don't know if we're going to a new coffee place or the same one we've been going to. And I don't know if I mentioned this, but we also have the hotel tonight. So we're gonna spend a little bit of time in the city tomorrow before we head back to New Hampshire. So I'm very much looking forward to that. I think we're gonna go get some matcha. I want to find a really good matcha place. I don't know what else we're gonna do. Maybe go to a stationery store, go thrifting. We will see. But yes, we have the final day today. It's not a 9-hour day, it's 8 hours. So it's 9 to 5. And then tonight, I'm not quite sure how the breakdown works. We have to wait to get our empty boxes back, and it's sounding like those can get delivered anytime between 7:30 on. I'm hoping between 7:30 and 9. We're seeing different things again, but hopefully closer to 7:30. We will probably actually start breaking things down, taking the keychains down, putting the flooring in a pile, taking it apart, taking the display pieces down and apart. That way when the boxes are back, we can just load them up and load the van up and then be good to go. So that is the plan. Also, I broke my nail yesterday, so that's sad. But yes, good morning. I just wanted to pick up the camera and start today's vlog, and I will see you when I see you. Okay, we're here. It's day 3. It's 10:45, and we've had a few people come by, and I've scanned a couple of badges, but we spent a large part of the morning talking with other exhibitors, and I feel like morale is really high right now. We feel encouraged, and I'll share more about the conversations later, but yeah, I'm feeling good, and I will keep you updated as best as I can. Again, today only goes till 5, so we have about 6 hours left, and hoping for some more leads, obviously, and just good conversations and meeting different people and different buyers. Okay, it is, what time is it?
4:36.
4:36, and a lot of exhibitors are breaking down like significantly, so we're probably gonna start doing the same, and then we're gonna go meet a friend and hang out for maybe an hour or so at a bakery. Then we're gonna come back and hope that our boxes are here so we can actually pack things into boxes, then go get our vehicle and load up the vehicle. So it's gonna be a whole process, but we're gonna start by breaking things down as much as we can so that they're ready to be put in the boxes once we do get them delivered back to our booth. And I'll give you more updates on how the rest of the day went back in the hotel room. Okay, we just broke everything down. That did not take long at all. And now we're just waiting for our boxes, like I've been saying. It probably took 20 minutes to do this. And yeah, we'll just load them into the boxes. Hopefully they come soon. But yeah, trade show is done. Okay, we're back in the hotel room. Obviously, I'm in the bathroom. But we broke down everything as you saw. Then we went out to get some treats with a friend. And then we went back to the Javits Center with a car so we could put everything into the boxes, which were there by the time that we got back, and then load up the van. Let me step out here because of the echo. But honestly, the breakdown and loadout process was easier than a market. And I will say that's because they essentially have workers that help you. And so yeah, we just put everything into boxes and they took it downstairs to our car. We carried a few things and then loaded up the car. But I will give you more of a recap probably tomorrow, or maybe even when I get home. We'll see when. Tomorrow we're just gonna be exploring the city a little bit. I say that, but it's mostly food-based, like getting matcha and a good breakfast and maybe thrifting. We'll see what we have time for. I think we're trying to leave around 1, but we're going out to dinner now. And yeah, we're gonna come back to the hotel room after that, go to bed, and I will, like I said, probably give you the rest of the recap of today tomorrow. Okay, I am back home. It is Thursday, August 6th. We got home yesterday, and I want to do a final recap of the show. I mean, you saw the whole thing, you saw my thoughts along the way. I feel like you saw me learn a lot and shift my expectations as the show went on as well. I definitely went into the show thinking and expecting that I would be writing at least some wholesale orders at the show, and that didn't end up happening. I didn't write a single wholesale order at the show, but I did talk to a lot of buyers. They're called buyers. They didn't buy from me at the show, but they're there to buy. So I talked to buyers, and for anyone who was interested, as I told you, I scanned their badge. And let me see the total number of badges that I scanned. And I did this through the New York Now app, if you were wondering like how that even worked. I can go in and get their contact information, so when I follow up with them probably Monday, I am gonna follow up via email and I'll get their email from the New York Now app. But I scanned 32 badges, which is not bad at all in my opinion. I will say 3 of those badges were all from Uncommon Goods. I had 3 different groups of people stop by from Uncommon Goods, which that was one of the most exciting parts of the whole show. That was definitely one of my favorite leads, if not my favorite lead, because I've actually reached out, I don't know if I told you this in this video already, but I've reached out to Uncommon Goods, I think a couple of times, to try and have my stuff sold on their site. Uncommon Goods, if you're not familiar, is essentially, the best way I would describe it is Etsy, but it's curated and it's just harder to sell on the platform. There's stricter guidelines. A lot of the items are handmade or originally designed or artwork, and yeah, it's just more curated. I go to them a lot to get Christmas gift ideas, to do Christmas shopping, and I love them like as a consumer. So I really wanted my keychains on their site and I thought it would be a really good fit. But yeah, I never heard back from them the times that I have reached out. But every group of people that stopped by representing them was pretty excited about the keychains, and that made me excited, obviously. So on Monday, one group stopped by, and I forget what sector of the company they worked for, but the next day, a guy and a girl stopped by, I believe. I think he was the director, the senior director of merchandising, maybe? Something like that, and I forget what her role was, but he came up and he's like, yeah, we were talking about you at dinner last night, because people had stopped by the night before, and I wanted to come check out the keychains, and we talked for a little bit, and he said that his accessory team was shortly behind him, so they'd probably be stopping by, and that this product would go through the accessories team, so that was like the main people I should be talking to essentially. And so they stopped by, 2 women, like an hour later, and I showed them the keychains. They took back some samples of the dogs and the cats, and it was just really promising. She's like, yeah, my boss's boss told me to check out these keychains, so it's probably, you know, looking pretty good that we want you like on the site. And so I was planning on following up with Uncommon Goods either today or Monday or Friday. Today's Thursday. And last night at like 9 p.m. I got an email from one of the ladies from the accessories team, and she just wanted me to fill out the form for my product, so I did that. And I'm excited to take you along that journey and that experience selling on Uncommon Goods if this all goes through. But I'm curious on the packaging, like how that will be handled. I'm not probably gonna drop ship it. Multiple of them said that it would be something they stock in their warehouse, and so I would just ship my product to their warehouse and they would handle the shipping to the consumers. Drop shipping would be if someone places an order for a keychain on their site, I just ship it to the consumer. So there's two different ways to do it. But yeah, I will keep you updated on that connection. And then most of the other leads were boutique owners, interior designers, I think a couple were museum gift shops, a hospital gift shop. So locations where I feel like my product really would fit and sell well. So definitely excited for those. Like I said, I will email them on Monday. And yeah, like I said, my expectations definitely changed along the way. I learned that a big part of trade shows is just about planting the seeds and having conversations and making connections, and not just connections with buyers, but connections with manufacturers. There's a lot of other types of people who walk around who are not there to buy, which I didn't realize either. You had press. I spoke with someone, I think I told you, from Good Morning America. She was on the press team, or I don't know if that's actually what it's called, but her badge said press. Manufacturer representatives. We had someone from Sweden stop by who had a startup helping businesses with like returns and just like focusing on different pain points of businesses, and he was kind of just trying to collect information about like the US market, because I guess they're big in Sweden, but he's not familiar with like the pain points of small businesses in the US, so we spoke with him. I spoke with someone from a Shopify like extension app. I spoke with a lot of vendors or exhibitors, and everyone was so nice. There was a set of sisters selling stationery, well, selling greeting cards that they watercolor, and then obviously they scan it and get them like mass produced at this point. They have a distributor, they have a manufacturer, but they just started in their home, watercoloring everything and shipping it out themselves. They were really encouraging. Not that I was like discouraged, but I was just telling them about how it's been compared to my expectations. And yeah, they were like super, super nice. You know, all it takes is one conversation and it can change the trajectory of your business. She said that they had met Home Goods at New York Now, and Home Goods is now a buyer of theirs. It was a huge turning point for their business. And we met another stationery card company very similar to them who also sells in Home Goods. So yeah, that was just like encouraging and cool to hear. And it's very true. Like I'm learning that you can be at a trade show for like 3 days, 10 hours every day even. And all it takes is a 5-minute conversation with a promising lead to get a really good opportunity for growth. So it's exciting. It's fun trying something new. I'm so glad I did it. I mean, you don't know unless you try. I don't know if I'll do New York Now next year. I also am not sure if Shop Object really is that much better, just because I do feel like, and other exhibitors were agreeing, that people buying at Shop Now were probably also coming to New York Now because they were right next to each other. Why not do both? So I don't know if I would see a huge difference if I exhibit at Shop Object. I might try that in the future. I think the next one I want to do is the Global Pet Expo in Orlando, Florida. Still on the East Coast. I was talking about Super Zoo, that's in Nevada, so that's on the other side of the US, whereas Global Pet Expo is probably, it's sounding like the same caliber of trade show, and it's on the East Coast. We still have to fly, we'd still probably ship things. I mean, we could maybe drive, I think it's like a 20-hour drive, but yeah, I'm looking forward to trying a pet themed one. Obviously, I will keep you updated with future trade shows. I did already apply to exhibit at the Global Pet Expo. I applied Tuesday. So I'm wasting no time. That's in March, so we will see. But yeah, this was such a fun journey. I can't believe it's already over. I feel like I blinked and it was over. I have a lot of work to do, a lot to catch up on. I need to edit today. I have a lot of orders to pack. All good things though. I am so excited for the future and to see where these leads lead. Hopefully somewhere, if not, that's okay, but that was obviously a big goal of doing this. I'm really happy with everything I learned and experienced this weekend, and I'm excited to do more, and I'm excited that nothing deterred me from wanting to do trade shows. If you know how to talk to people at a market, you'll know how to talk to people at a trade show. They're not interrogating you or asking like these crazy questions. Like, it's a super casual environment, or more casual than I was anticipating, and I liked that because it made me feel comfortable. But yeah, I'm gonna end the video here. I've been talking for 13 minutes. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.